Hello, welcome back. My name is Fallon. It's like Jimmy Fallon, but it's my first name. So I am super excited. There's a hair, and that's what that is. That's why it's bothering me, because there's hair everywhere. Now that that's taken care of, I am super excited to come to you and talk about how I structure my manifestations so that you can get an inside look as to how I write everything out and how long I've been doing this. Be sure to hit subscribe and be sure to also click the bell because I'm going to be putting out so many videos on journaling, numbers, numerology, angel numbers, and so much more. I left some of my journals on my bookshelf, but I have my 2017 journal, the World Tour. I have my 2018 journal, Going Against the Grain, and I also have my 2019 journal, Stories of Success, right here with me, along with my 2021 journal that I still have, I think, about 12 or 13 pages in it. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna show you a couple of different ways that you can write things out and a couple of different ways that you can manifest when you are journaling. I will be covering, of course, numbers, adjusted numbers. I have covered Grab-A-Boy numbers in the past, and I will be covering so much more in terms of mindset, goals, reaching and achieving what it is that you are looking to bring in, angel numbers, synchronicities, all of the things, numerology. I am learning about astrology now, so we are going to get into so much of that soon. I love journaling. I'm all about journaling, and I will always be posting about journaling. So I want to dive into journaling because it is my number one method of manifestation. That is my preferred method, and I want to share it with you. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to grab my 2017 notebook first, journal first, and I am going to just flip to a random page here so that you can see what it is that I am talking about, all right? In 2017, when I started writing every day, I started a lot of free writing, okay? So I really just write anything that kind of came to my mind, what it was that I desired, what it was that I wanted to manifest, what it was that I wanted to see for my life. And by doing that, I released a lot of emotions. I let go of a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative things, and it helped allow me to vibrate at a higher energy level. So free writing is really important in my experience because it helps you release and let go and surrender, right? There are other ways that you can manifest as well. I'm going to show you when we get to the 2021 journal because I have so many different ways that I manifest now, and I know it works for me, what works fastest. Writing, free writing, definitely recommended. I still do that, just not as much as I used to. So if you check out here, again, just like words everywhere, filling the page, okay? Now, a lot of people ask for prompts. You can absolutely write on a prompt. You can journal on a prompt. You can answer the questions. Personally, because I'm me, I find that I don't really need to have a question to spark anything. Usually everything is kind of blip. It's like word vomit, but writing. So it kind of just comes out. Definitely free writing is always going to be something that I include in my journals. It's going to be something I include in my manifestations because it has been something that has worked for me for quite a while. So this is my 2017 journal. This is also, I'm going to jump into this real quick because this is important. I want to say this is important. When writing, okay, I only ever use journals with cream color pages. There have been plenty of people that I follow and who have been mentors of my mentors who talk about how cream color pages help you manifest faster. Personally, cream color pages work better for me because I have dyslexia, and having a white page, when light hits white, it reflects all, like everything. So when you have a cream color page, it's not going to reflect as much light off the page. It's a little easier on the eyes. I always use cream color pages. Another thing, I have found that with certain colors of ink, you do manifest a little quicker. I'm going to show you just because this is something I just talked about not that long ago. On April 14th of this year, 2021, I started writing my manifestations in red. I've done it in blue in the past, and blue was very, fairly quick, but I started writing in red April 14th, and my very first manifestation was that we got approved for an apartment complex in Lyndhurst, and we did, like, happened that day. So writing in red is super helpful in my experience. Personally, this journal that I'm almost finished with is not my favorite. Why? Because it has white pages. It reflects everything off the page really hard on my eyes, but it was a Christmas gift and I didn't have a journal at the time, so I am using this journal, but thank God it's almost done. Shifting into the next thing. I'm gonna bring up my 2018 journal. I have like all my journals all over this desk right now. So 2018 journal, cream color pages and using black ink. I am just a huge fan of this particular pen, in all honesty. It's a great pen. It's the G2 Pilot pen. Wonderful handwriting with this pen. I don't know if you can tell, but it's gorgeous. After having experienced what happened with the red pen, I am probably going to shift to the blue pens, or if they have a purple pen, to the purple pen, because when I look at the energy spectrum, that's right here, purple and blue are higher on the spectrum than red, logically, and even in terms of manifesting, should happen quicker. So I'm going to be switching to blue or purple of the G2 Pilot pens, okay? But where I was going with this, free writing, still a very huge thing when I was journaling back in 2018. Another journal that I have here is my 2019 journal, okay? This was in blue, all right? And what happened? I manifested my relationship. I manifested the house that we lived in. This whole entire journal was blue. By the end of 2019, I had a relationship, I had the house, I had the pet. All the things that I was manifesting happened in this journal. Cream color pages, blue color ink. Took less than a year. Another thing that I am very OCD about is naming my journals, okay? This journal, I write it right in the front here. It's called Stories of Success. This is my 2019 journal that I was just sharing with you. This very first journal that I ever wrote is called The World Tour, and it fits the name of what was going on because I started traveling the world and I started manifesting living abroad. And so this journal really goes into talk about how I started my world tour, okay? So this is another great, suitable, that's what it is. It's a very suitable title. My 2018 journal, the label kind of got ripped off because I turned it so many times. It is on the first page here, just like that Stories of Success. It's called Going Against the Grain. This was the journal that I wrote in 2018 when I was living abroad. So to me, living a lifestyle abroad was going against the usual grain of society. So I decided to name this one Going Against the. I have another journal up on my bookshelf over here, and it's called My Bible. That one was actually spiteful. That was a spiteful title because of something that happened when I traveled to Ireland. After what that person put me through, I was like, this guy. So that was a spiteful one. I have another journal up there for the beginnings of my business. That one was most of 2020, and that one, there are lots of sporadic days in there. So 2020 was a difficult year. This top one right here was 2019, and everything happened in 2019. Not everything happened in 2020, which I'm not surprised about because 2020 was a huge year, huge shift. So this journal doesn't have a name per se, but on the outside it says my thoughts, or just thoughts. And it also says on the inside, it says my word for the year, trust and open up. So I didn't name this one, but I really feel like I should. Any which way, it's not my favorite one, but it is still my manifestation journal for the next 13 days. So this is where I have been doing a majority of my own work. My own journey has been the end of 2020 and into 2021. So it's not like I haven't done it in the past. I just showed you everything from the past, right? Well, most of it. But one thing that did change is I decided to invest in myself. One thing that really changed the whole game was investing in my business at first and then investing in myself second. I invested in a mentor, a spiritual mentor, and she taught us a lot about our personal growth journey and how our energy is sacred, a lot about masculine and feminine energy. I might be working with her in the future to learn more about chakras, to learn more about your spirit guides, because we briefly touched into spirit guides, to learn more about energy and vortexes and animals and all of the things. So I'm thinking about it. I have to think about it. Through doing this work, a lot of things have happened for my business, for my life, for our living situation. And by doing this work, I'm starting to see how things in the universe kind of start to correlate and work together. A lot of this journal has different structures, and I'm going to show you, because at first it starts out very free writing, very much so free writing. After working with her through time, I start to ask myself questions and pull oracle cards for answers, and I'll write how the oracle card applies. So that is one of the very first changes, all right? One of the next changes that I start to incorporate is writing out my dreams. I have a separate section for my dreams when I have vivid dreams, and I write it out in that section. Another huge change that has helped things tremendously is starting to write my manifestations as a formula. So I have a specific formula that I use to write out my manifestation sentences. It starts off with what it is that I am feeling. And most of the time, if I'm not grateful, I am excited. So that's usually how it starts. And that is for whatever it is I am manifesting. So I am so excited and my heart feels so full because we just got approved for the apartment in Lyndhurst, the apartment complex in Lyndhurst. Okay, that was one of them. All right, over here I have my Grabavoy codes, and I have what statement I am manifesting, what it's for, etc. And I, go through all my codes. There are a few different ways that I start to explore and trial with, and what I can absolutely tell you is journaling works for me. No matter what, journaling works. It always calls in what it is that I am manifesting. In terms of the Grabavoy codes, I have had success with the money codes, okay? In terms of the social media codes, truth be told, I have not. I've not had a lot of success with the social media code. I have had more success with the financial codes than anything to do with social media. And then over here, I start to switch my ink. Okay, I don't have blue anymore, so I switched to red, and I ran out of black, so I switched to red. And this was literally, the first day was April 14th, and getting approved happened that day. So there is definitely a lot in terms of structuring things. Definitely always recommend free writing. Always, always, always recommend free writing. I actually have a journal intensive that is starting next Monday, and I'm really excited to talk to you about it because I share everything, like everything that I go in here and write about, all my codes, all my formulas, all my manifestations, my structure. I share how I set my journaling pages up, and I share what has worked in the past, what I've called in, along with energy, emotions, chakras, and feelings, and how all of that contributes to what it is that you are manifesting, along with spirit guides and your pendulums and how you can use this to your advantage with your manifestation. So I am super excited for that 6-day intensive. It starts next Monday, May 17th. I am super excited just to get started with it. If you are interested, please let me know. The last day to sign up is Sunday. I am super excited about this journaling intensive. I cannot wait to share all of this with you. Additionally, if you haven't ordered your journal yet, you should order your Ninja notebook. I am working on other journals as well. One of the designs that I put up onto TikTok was most voted for, and so I'm making that a journal, and I am also working on journal prompts as well. I have yet to figure out the method of the delivery method, how it's gonna get to you. There are a couple of different options that I am going through right now, whether it's gonna be here on YouTube, or it's gonna be my TikTok, or it's gonna be my Instagram, or it's gonna be most likely it'll be a Facebook group. But this is something that I'm really thinking about. If you have a preference, if you would rather see the prompts in a video, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Write in the comments. And if that is something that you would like to see in a video, then I'll start making a playlist for journal prompts. So keep me posted on that. If you're interested in the journal intensive, do it now. Lots of stuff has been manifested since 2017, and I am anticipating a lot more is going to also be manifested. So be sure to get your spot now, because the next time I run it, it's going to start at 4:44. And then the time after that, it'll start at 5:55 and it'll go up to 11:11. So you see the pattern? You're going to want to do it now. Always giving the best option as soon as possible to the early adopters. The early adopters are the ones who get the most, okay? So, thanks for tuning in. This is Fallon, signing off. Okay, bye!